Chilli in the name of.
She looked hotter than hell. All dressed in satins and lace.
Hello again and welcome to Season 4, Episode 3 of Chilli in the Name of. This week, once again, I'm joined by Bryan McNeal from Austin, Texas.
Hey Marty, thanks for having me back. Been looking forward to this one, but I'm a little scared.
And we'll be trying sauces by Hotter Than L, including Scorpion Sting, Ghost Sauce, and Love Burns. Now, these sauces are made by Dino Ferry out of Jacksonville, Florida, and have been sent across to me by Bryan McNeal. Thank you again for sending these. I'm really looking forward to them. I'm a little bit frightened of them because I saw Johnny Scoville's review of Love Burns, and he said it was hot. So if he says it's hot, it's going to be bloody hot. Now, I've got to say, I'm a real fan of the branding on these sauces. The presentation box that came in, the sauce labels themselves, and the branding across the range is really quite amazing. So without any further ado, let's get on it. The first sauce I'm going to try today is Hotter Than L's Scorpion Sting. As you can see there, it's got a scorpion on the label with a bit of hopefully hot sauce and not blood dripping off its tail. In terms of consistency, it's sort of a thickish consistency, but it looks quite chunky. I can see chunks of bits and pieces in there. In terms of ingredients, it's tomatoes, vinegar, carrots, onions, jalapeño peppers, Trinidad peppers, and curry powder, allspice, and cumin. So let's give it a crack. Smells really spicy and tomatoey, so that's really nice. See how it pours. Yeah, that's quite chunky. Actually, it's got big chunks of what I can imagine is probably carrots, peppers, tomatoes. Yeah, it's a really good flavour. It's quite salty, a little bit sour. The consistency is kind of, you can see it is very thick. It's almost like a Slurpee in consistency. But in terms of flavour, it's really rich, and it's got lots of things going on there with the spices and the tomato and stuff. In terms of heat, it's probably about a 7 out of 10. It's pretty warm, but I wouldn't say it's killing me. And I do love the taste of the scorpions. It's like scorpions tend to coat the top of your mouth and the sides of your tongue. It's not hitting the back of the throat like a Reaper would. But yeah, that's really great. What did you think of that one, Bryan?
Scorpion Sting. Interesting additions down ingredient list with some red Thai curry powder, allspice, and cumin. Definite curry vibe. Let's give it a shot. Definitely comes out chunky, almost like a fresh salsa. It definitely eats like a salsa. There's that bite from the onions, the crunch of the onion. Not a lot of heat, maybe 5 out of 10. But the curry background flavor is really nice. I think the scorpion sting would be perfect over grilled chicken or fish, but this is really good.
The second sauce I'm going to try today is Ghost Sauce. Ooh, spooky. It's got the Grim Reaper on the front there with his scythe. And it says that it contains vinegar, diced tomatoes, carrots, onions, and jalapeño peppers again. So this is a similar ingredient list to the scorpion sauce, only it's mostly ghost peppers. Again, quite chunky looking consistency, but a little bit looser than the last one. Let's give it a crack. Yeah, it's more vinegary smell in there. Good spicy smell. It's probably going to pour a lot quicker than the last one. Again, big chunks in there. See that? Big chunks. Again, quite salty off the bat. Vinegary as well. The chunks there. It's almost you can chew this sauce. These sauces. They've got big chunks in them, and really actually makes for a really good flavor. Tastes, the flavors are coming across probably mostly the tomato again, and yeah, there's a bit of the garlic kick in there as well. In terms of heat, this is probably about the same as the last one, probably about a 7, but it's really delicious too. And I can imagine putting this on next to some grilled fish with some chips and some salad. This would be really good. So yeah, good work. What were your thoughts on that one, Brian?
Ghost sauce. You can see a bunch of chunks. This looks really thick and chunky. Let's give it a go. Kind of a real salsa smell to it. So I think the tomato and onion are real prominent in this one, giving it that sort of salsa feel. I really would just dip chips in this. This is great. Not a whole lot of heat. Maybe a 6 out of 10. But all in all, a really good balanced sauce.
The third sauce we're going to try today is Love Burns. And now I'm a little bit scared of this one because I've seen Johnny Scoville's review of this. He said it was hot. In terms of, as you can see on the front of it there, it's got a skeleton hand squashing a heart. So that's love burning, I guess. Flames behind it. So it's like a dead hand in hell squeezing a heart. That's love. That's real love for you right there. In terms of consistency and color, this is very red compared to the last two, and it's not quite as thick either, but it is quite sort of a medium consistency there, instead of sort of lolling around in the bottle there. It says it has in it 7-pot primo peppers and pepper mash with reapers, Trinidad scorpions, and a few other bits and pieces in there, including apple cider vinegar and ghost chili powder. So this is going to pack a punch, I can imagine. So let's try it out. Yeah, that smells quite hot. It's you can smell all the pepper mashes in there. Yeah, peppery, that's for sure. Chili seeds and chunks again. I love the way that Dino's managed to make all this flavor come through and still have all those chunks in there. That's actually quite hot. It's immediately it coats the tongue. The roof of the mouth is fine, but the back of the throat is feeling the reapers kick in, making me cough a little bit. But in terms of flavor, it's really packed with flavors in there. Lots of different chili flavors, and a lot of different things going on with the heat. The heat continues to build. At the back of my throat, it's now quite hot. The back of my tongue is quite hot, and I'm sort of feeling it just in my throat a little bit. Lips are going off a little bit now, but the flavor lingers as well. It's not as sort of salty as the last couple were, but at the same time, it's got a few things going on there. So what are we tasting there? Bit of salt. Can't really taste the lime juice, but it's in there. Cider vinegar, a bit of garlic. I can taste the garlic, and I reckon the kick at the end is the ghost powder. Powders always tend to like really kick. In terms of heat, I'd probably give this a flat 11 out of 10. It is quite hot. And it continues to burn. It's been 5 minutes since I've had it, and it's still right at the back of the throat, still going off. What did you think of that one, Brian?
Okay. Love burns. Alright, so this is the one that's got me worried. I guess there's no turning back. Yep. Whew. So this one's less watery and chunky than the last two. More hot sauce-like than salsa. Whew, boy. Okay. So yeah, it's obviously real pepper forward. Burn that goes straight to the back of the throat, kind of bypassing the mouth. My tongue's fine. The back of my throat's kind of picked up. It's probably the Reaper's little runny nose. But flavor's good. Maybe not as hot as I was expecting, but it's still building. No, that's a real creeper. I've got an all over mouth burn now. Still kicking it in the throat. Whew. Going right down the esophagus. So it's a legit hot sauce. I'm gonna give it a 14 out of 10. It really snuck up on me too. Real creeper. That burn started in the back of the throat and then worked its way forward. Never made it to my ears like I thought it might. I think the scorpion sting is my favorite out of the 3, but if you can get any of them, I would definitely recommend it. Just be careful with the love burns. Yeah.
So there you have it, folks. 3 sauces by Hotter Than L by Dino Ferry over there in Jacksonville, Florida. Thanks again to Bryan McNeal for joining me all the way from Austin, Texas, and for sending me these sauces.
Thanks again for having me on, Marty. I was glad I could send these your way and try them out with you. And I think I need to go take a shower.
Very much appreciated. They're actually fantastic. Hats off to you, Dino Ferry, for making a hotter sauce than most in my collection there. That Hotter Than L Love Burns is a cracking sauce. I can see myself going through that one reasonably slowly because it is so hot, but I'll be pretty much having it on everything. And thank you again for joining me. Until next time, see you later.
Chilli in the name of